We are going to review adding and subtracting fractions. So let's start with a problem 3/7 plus 8/7. In order to add and subtract fractions, you have to have a common denominator. In this example, we already have a common denominator. So all you have to do is you keep your denominator and you just add the top numbers, the numerators, 3 plus 8, and you get 11. Our answer is going to be 11/7. It's okay to leave this answer as an improper fraction because we are in high school. We do not need to leave it as a mixed number. Now let's do another example, 2/3 plus 1/2. When you do not have a common denominator, you must get one. So what you want to do is you want to change your denominators from 3 and 2 to a number that both of those will divide into evenly, and you want the smallest one you can find. So you think, what's the smallest number that 3 and 2 both will go into? And you come up with 6, hopefully. So we're going to change our denominators into 6. Now what you'll do is you'll take your 3 and you'll think, okay, what do I multiply times 3 to turn it into the 6? When we do that, we're going to get that's going to be times 2. So 3 times 2 gives us 6. If we multiply the denominator by 2 to get 6, you have to multiply the numerator by 2 also to keep it even. 2 times 2 gives me 4. So 2/3 turns into 4/6. We're going to do the same thing with the other fraction. We're going to look at the 2 and we're going to figure out what we need to multiply it by to turn it into a 6. Now I'm coming up with 3 because 2 times 3 gives me 6. If you multiply your denominator by 3, then you must multiply the numerator also by 3. And you're going to have 1 times 3, which is 3. So 1/2 is equivalent to 3/6. Since our denominators are now the same, we keep the denominator and we add the top. 4 plus 3 gives us 7. My answer is going to be 7/6. Subtraction works exactly the same way. The only difference is you'll be subtracting. So for our third example, we're going to go 4/5 minus 1/6. Just like with addition, you have to have a common denominator. So come up with your denominator. What number will 5 and 6 both go into evenly? Both divide into that evenly. The smallest number that you want, I believe, is 30. So I'm going to change my denominators into 30. So here's where I'm going to take that 5 and I'm going to say, what do I multiply times 5 to change that into 30? I'm going to get 6. 5 times 6 is 30. If you multiply the denominator by 6, you have to multiply the numerator by 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Now do the other fraction. What do we need to multiply by 6 to change it into 30? Believe that 6 times 5 gives me 30. So if I multiply the denominator by 5, I'm going to multiply my numerator by 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Now I have common denominators. So what I'll do, since I subtract this time, I still keep the denominator. You don't change that. And you only have to subtract the numerator. 24 minus 5 is 19. My answer is 19/30. And that's how you add and subtract fractions.